Of course I think it's a good idea. I'm just not sure it's how I want to spend my lunch hour. How about just eating lunch?
Mommy, I have to tell you something.
Hold on a second, sweetie. Well, I've come this far without learning how to beat somebody up.
But it's important.
Tell Uncle Vincent I'm on the phone.
Well, polar ice caps are melting.
I know that.
Does that mean we're all gonna drown?
Not today.
But someday?
Yeah, maybe. Ow. No.
Where do you hear about
No, not in your lifetime.
Okay, I will go, but I get to pick the activity the next time. Okay, fine.
Who you gonna beat up?
Well, he wants me to take a self-defense class.
What's self-defense?
Learning how to protect yourself.
From what?
From things. Just eat your cereal.
Hey, listen to this. With no regard for personal safety, Winslow pulled the 5 kittens to safety before the camper exploded into flames. Edgar Winslow, this month's hero next door. That, my friends, is journalism.
Why did the camper explode?
Hey, I have an idea. Let's change the subject into something happy. Hi, Mom.
Henry Galloway died.
Who's Henry Galloway?
He's a, neighbor. Died of a heart attack. Day before yesterday. I just ran into Joanne Jeffers while I was walking Socrates. She told me.
Was he old?
Not really. He was my age.
Are you gonna have a heart attack?
No. No, honey, go brush your teeth. At the rate we're going today, Lorna's gonna need a baby Valium.
I can't believe it. I ran into him last week at the market. I nearly got frostbite in the frozen food section trying to avoid him.
Why were you avoiding him?
You know why.
Mom, Vivian was your best friend.
She knows where I live. She's had 15 years to apologize.
Maybe now's a good time to make up.
Didn't this have something to do with a boat?
No. It was much more complicated than that. I'm sorry that her husband died, but that doesn't mean that it erases everything that happened between us. I'll make her a cake. That's as far as it goes.
Polar ice caps are melting.
Thank you.
Maxine, is that you?
Vivian. I'm so sorry about Henry.
Thank you. It was nice of you to come.
I know when Edward died,
What did you bring?
Oh, a chocolate pound cake.
Henry used to love that. Of course, I'm allergic to chocolate.
Oh, I'm sorry. I completely forgot.
It doesn't matter. It's the thought that counts. Maxine, I wanted to call you so many times.
Oh, well, things conspire.
Yes, everyone's so very busy these days. How are your children?
Oh, they're fine. But Amy's back home. She has a daughter. She's a judge now.
I'm meeting with Peter about Henry's insurance.
Oh, he didn't tell me.
I asked him not to.
Oh,
Life is so short, Maxine.
yes, it is.
Missed having you to talk to.
Is there anything I can do?
You can be my friend and let bygones be bygones.
Yes, I think that's a good idea.
After all, your stubborn nature is one of the things I admire about you.
Well, you know where to find me, Vivian.
Well, thanks again. I know this wasn't easy for you.
learning to do is establish boundaries and enforce them. Okay, know what your own boundaries are and don't let anyone beyond them. Okay? Lolly, you're next. Try using the techniques we've learned so far.
Okay.
Hey, lady, you got the time?
Sorry, I don't have a watch. Keep your distance. Stay where you are, please. You're making me uncomfortable.
Hey, all I want is the time.
Turn around and walk away now.
What's wrong with you, bitch?
Hey, this guy is harassing me. He's wearing blue overalls and sneakers and he refuses to walk away.
Okay, good. All right, Amy, you're next.
Hey, lady, can I buy you a drink?
No, thank you.
Oh, you too good for a guy like me?
I don't want any trouble.
Louder.
Go away. You're too close, and I'm getting uncomfortable.
Yell at him, Amy.
Go away.
Louder.
Go away. I don't want any trouble.
Come on. Get position. Go for the eyes. Come on, get position. Go for the groin.
That's all right. Next time, you'll get better, Amy. It's okay. Go.
Hey, it takes time. Don't worry, we'll get it. Okay, good work for today, ladies. That's all. Thank you.
That was really invigorating.
You were pretty impressive. Sure you haven't done this before?
I just kept picturing Matt Gibson, the guy who dumped me in the 10th grade.
Matt Gibson dumped you?
Yeah, he was in love with some skinny-ass track star.
Me?
Yep. That's why you'll be buying the cappuccinos.
The guy's running for city council. That makes his life an open book. Hey, if he doesn't want anybody to read that book, then he should stay out of politics. Yeah, let him sue. I want a story on the bond issue for the new convention center. Let's see what people are saying. Talk to the mayor, local business owners, hockey fans, anybody who'll be affected by it.
Listen, I got a tip on a gun dealer at a Danbury. Might be a major weapon supplier for gangs in the area.
And
How about I do that story first? This bond issue thing can wait.
how about this? You write what I tell you to write, and I'll decide on what can wait.
You would rather have me talk to a bunch of rabid hockey fans than expose the guy who sells guns that kill kids?
Yeah, and here's the kicker. I want it tomorrow. You got anything to add to this conversation, Gray?
Would it make a difference?
Not a bit.
Your Honor, Milton Lattimore was a billionaire. There's no proof that he even met the plaintiff, much less fathered her child.
I have affidavits from 3 persons, Your Honor, who saw them together on several occasions.
Yeah, 3 people in Thailand. This paternity suit is a shameless attempt to extract money from the deceased. Ms. Kam Singh never made an effort to identify Milton Lattimore as the father of her child while he was still alive.
Because Lattimore bought her silence.
Okay, that's enough, Mr. Lynchburg. Now, this is a question of facts. I'm not going to accept affidavits. You're going to have to produce live witnesses. What's next?
Mr. Lynchburg contends that before Mr. Lattimore was lost at sea, he had a mole tested for cancer at Boston Biotech, and claims that the DNA from that mole will corroborate the paternity claim. We move to exclude.
Well, surely you're not questioning the scientific credibility of DNA testing.
Oh, no, Your Honor. But the procedures used at Boston Biotech do not meet the Daubert standards.
Well, that's an issue for trial, Mr. Connolly. So let's set a hearing for next week. It's going to take me a while to get through all these, so let's continue.
Thursday at 10 o'clock.
How about Thursday at 10 o'clock?
No good, Your Honor.
Friday at 3.
Friday at 3.
Nope, Friday's no good either. I appreciate your patience, Your Honor. I will meet with my colleagues and we will make Thursday work.
Thank you. Mr. Lynchburg?
Good for me, Your Honor.
Thursday at 10. We're adjourned.
Sean, I just need a minute.
I don't have a minute.
Then I'll take a second. I was reading the file on the Colvin girl.
Colvin girl?
The 3-year-old in the Rosen preschool case. Her parents withdrew the complaint because the DA said the child was too young to testify.
So she's not really part of the case, is she?
I talked to the parents and they changed their minds. They want to proceed. It turns out they took her to the doctor twice because of unexplained injuries.
Maxine, doctors are mandated reporters. If they suspect child abuse, they're obligated by law to report it.
I'm aware of that, Sean.
Well, then if the doctor didn't report it, we have to assume there was no abuse.
I try not to assume anything. You know that. Sometimes pediatricians don't want to bother. All that paperwork, and they're afraid of losing clients.
So you're going to accuse the doctor of lying?
No. I just want to talk to him.
All right.
So it looks like Lattimore pulled his all-star lineup right off of Court TV.
Those guys are big dollar, big ego, AKC attack dogs. They got huge money behind them, and they draw a lot of publicity.
Okay, they're intimidating, but push comes to shove, they're still just lawyers. What?
They're just lawyers, but these high-profile cases can really knock you off course. The last time I saw so much firepower in one place was a case that went before Judge Turpin. You never know what hit him.
Was it like this? Paternity case?
No custody. Turpin ruled against the Waller suits, but they were bloodthirsty on the appeal. Made him look like an idiot. His career never did get back on track. But of course, if he was ruled the other way, people would have wondered if he had been swayed by all that muscle.
So what are you saying I should do?
I'm not saying you should do anything. Just be careful.
Okay, I'll be careful.
I can tell you how much I appreciate this.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, but you're missing work. So, here's $10. And, $2 for gas.
I'm taking you to the doctor. I'm not donating a lung. Just hang on to your money.
God, I admire you.
Come on, then.
Just keep walking.
Push? You call that a push, moron? Push like a girl.
Oh, here we go. The lizard brain in action.
Jack, buddy. Hey, come on, hit me. I'll just try it. Let's go.
breathe on
the ground. Let's go. Hey, come on.
Hey, come on. Hey, cut it out. Stop it. Hey, guys, stop it. It's an accident. You gonna come to blows over it?
Who the hell are you?
Just exchange numbers and walk away. What? Get in your car, back it up, take yours, pull it on over there. Thank you.
That was the most heroic and courageously brave thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Bar none. End of story. Case closed.
Two guys to get in their cars.
Oh, no. That was like something Bruce Willis would do. I mean, early Bruce, before he started seeing dead people. Weren't you scared of those guys?
I didn't really think about it.
I'm not convinced anything happened to the child.
Then the evidence will bear that out. But if there was a suspicion of possible sexual abuse, you should have reported that, and we would have investigated that.
What evidence? Lisa Phelps brings her son Kenny in, saying his wrist hurts. So we x-rayed it, and right there you can see it's fractured. Dana Colvin brings her daughter in saying that she's acting weird. There's no x-ray for that.
There are symptoms. Nightmares, bedwetting, unexplained bruises.
My 5-year-old had nightmares when our poodle died. And he's always covered in bruises. He's a kid. Diane, we're going to have to set Kenny's arm. Tell him I'll be right there.
Right away. Mrs. Colvin said there was evidence of vaginal tearing.
There are many ways that can happen to an active 3-year-old.
Yes, and one of them is sexual abuse.
Mrs. Gray, I don't mean any disrespect, but I've had experience with DCF before. Everybody's a monster to you people.
Then Sasha's medical records will verify that my suspicions are groundless.
Those records are confidential and can be interpreted half a dozen ways.
You're a mandated reporter, Dr. Bellamy. You're supposed to report, not interpret. I don't want to have to notify the medical licensing board.
You got to be kidding me.
It's up to you.
Sales are up 8%, with projections for next quarter even higher.
Well, then we're on the same page, because we've got something new that we're really excited about. It's a 3-in-1. It's a homeowner's, an auto, and a personal umbrella liability all in one package.
Really? Well, that would work well for us.
And we're targeting homeowners that pencil out at $500,000 or more.
I think I've got the perfect candidate. Phil Bennett. Let's see, house is 15 years old, roof good, plumbing good, interior alarm system. He'll probably jump at it. Here he is. We covered this caddy he's so proud of. His wife's car, too.
Oh, this brother's got a $500,000 house? What does he do?
He's a pharmacist.
Oh, that's what he's calling himself. Makes house calls, too, I imagine, huh?
Crack house calls.
Oh, no. Okay, now, where were we?
The 3-in-1 package.
Right. Now, Peter, I want you on board. So give us a heads up if there's anything you need. Okay?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay.
Good. Anybody hungry? I am starved.
Maxine!
Oh, brother.
What the hell is this complaint about?
Dr. Bellamy hadn't reported the possibility of sexual abuse.
So you filed a complaint with the licensing board.
Mrs. Colvin said that the doctor indicated to her that sexual abuse was a possibility, but we never got a call.
A possibility is not definitive.
At least the complaint would be on Bellamy's record. Plus, he could be sued for damages if the child was injured any further.
We need his cooperation more than his comeuppance. His testimony could make the case.
That may be. But I am not about to cozy up to a doctor who does nothing when he suspects a child has been molested. Besides, he'd be subpoenaed.
He'd be hostile. He wouldn't help our case. Can't you take a different tack? Turn on your considerable charm.
I only use that as a last resort.
We're there. All right?
All right. I'll go back and make up. But you're ruining my reputation.
Can I give Socrates some pepperoni?
Not on your life.
He likes it.
I'm the one that has to sleep with him. Amy, can you get that?
Lauren, get ready for bed.
Vincent, would you let Socrates out for his evening constitutional?
Come on, boy. Let's do some business.
You have to stand by the door. He gets embarrassed if you watch him.
Mom, it's Vivian Galloway. She returned your cake pan and she wants to thank you.
Tell her I'm not home.
Well, I already told her you were.
Then tell her you can't find me.
Mom, she's making an effort.
I just wanted to say I was sorry about her husband. I didn't mean to kickstart the relationship.
Well, this is humiliating.
She was rude to me when I was there.
She's standing in the hall.
Well, I'll go talk to her. God.
Mother. Are you ashamed of yourself?
Not for this.
Mrs. Galloway, how are you?
Vincent Gray. Look at you. You're a grown man.
Actually, I've looked like this for quite a while.
Of course, you're a year younger than Jason. And he's a father now. He's got 2 little boys.
That's great. And how's Maggie?
Oh, she's a free spirit, you know. She's studying something in Paris. I forget what.
I'm sorry about Mr. Galloway.
Thank you. Was the carpet always this color? I think this is new. Maxine always did love to change the house. That's a different light fixture, too.
My mom is, tied up right now. She's involved with something. Truth is, she doesn't want to see you.
Why?
I don't know.
That woman can latch on to a grudge, can't she?
Well, I don't really know what happened, so...
Henry thought your father should pay for the insurance on the boat because he used it more and because he was in the business, which made perfect sense.
Mrs. Galloway.
Since we never made your family pay for the fence that you ran over when you were learning how to drive, not to mention the hours of listening to Peter play that god-awful guitar.
You know what? I really don't want to be in this.
Of course you don't. You're a Gray, aren't you? Running away is your specialty.
Mrs. Galloway. Good night.
Right this way.
See what I'm saying here?
Watch your step.
Thanks for taking the time, Mother. I know you're busy.
Well, it's not every day that my firstborn asks me to tea. In fact, I can't remember that ever happening. What's wrong? Are you not feeling well?
I'm feeling cowardly. I had a meeting yesterday with some guys from Tri-State Mutual. One of them made a joke about a black client. Everybody laughed, but for me it was like the sky had fallen.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything. I just sat there. Well, it's not like racist remarks haven't always bothered me, but I put up with it. I figured it's not my business to censor people. But now, because of Ned, I feel I have a responsibility, and if I don't speak up, I'm letting him down.
It would have been good if you'd said something. But you didn't.
Well, I wanted to say something. I wanted to tell them all to go to hell, but I'm no good at confrontation.
No one is good at confrontation.
You are.
Perhaps.
We do a lot of business with these guys. What am I supposed to do? Call them all bigots and storm out? I need them.
No, Peter, you don't.
Ma'am?
Thank you.
For you, sir?
Thank you. Did we make a mistake adopting Ned? I mean, can we really raise him with any sense of ethnic identity? Are we cheating him?
He's your son, Peter. Love him. That's what matters.
But I want him to learn how to be a strong, proud African-American man.
Teach him how to be a strong, proud human being. He'll have to figure out the rest of it.
But I'm never really going to understand the way my son sees the world. Or how the world sees him.
No one can live another person's experience, Peter. And if you try, you will be cheating him. You want Ned to grow up able to look the world in the eye. You can teach him that, if you know how to do it yourself. And I think you do.
Another motion to exclude, Your Honor. This is getting ridiculous.
You can't verify the chain of custody of the mole.
Boston Biotech is one of the most reputable forensics labs in this country.
It doesn't matter. The sample was taken in a doctor's office.
All right, that's enough.
Your Honor.
Quiet. Now, this issue goes to the weight of the evidence, not its admissibility. Motion denied.
Approach, Your Honor. With all due respect, Your Honor, may I point out a possible conflict of interest?
What conflict is that?
In 1988, you wrote an article for the Harvard Law Review criticizing a New London judge for suppressing DNA evidence in a paternity suit.
Checking up on me, Mr. Connolly?
Just being thorough, Your Honor. But in all honesty, how can you rule impartially on arguments against DNA evidence when you made up your mind 12 years ago?
By taking an oath to do so, Counselor.
Would it not be more appropriate to recuse yourself?
Do you want to make that your next motion?
No, Your Honor, not at this time.
Then step back. What else?
Your Honor, we move for a change of venue.
To Thailand.
You Casey!
Your Honor.
Sit down and shut up.
Quiet! I'm not going to tell you people again. Direct your comments to the bench. I'm getting tired of this. I need a minute.
10-minute recess. You need to take control of your courtroom.
I have control.
As much as they let you have.
In law school, I wanted to intern as a clerk in Connolly's law firm. My Civ Pro professor said I didn't have the taste for blood they wanted. Now I see what he meant.
Look, if you let them bully you, any ruling you make will appear tainted.
First you tell me to be careful, then you tell me to be tough. Which is it?
If you don't want my help, just say the word.
Of course I want your help. I just want it to be consistent.
If you allow the delays and disruptions to continue, you're going to see similar conduct in all your cases.
We'll tell Connolly to submit his last motion in writing and then continue the whole thing until Friday.
Everything they do is orchestrated for a fact. If I go out there and announce a continuance, they're going to think they're getting to you.
They are getting to me.
Fine. That's your decision.
He's not moving. Now what?
Run for help! Yeah, what if he's dead or dying?
Well, it's not against the law to kill someone who's trying to hurt you, Amy. You know that.
Yeah, but I don't think I could kill anyone. I mean, that's just me.
Okay, could you kill someone who's trying to hurt your child?
Sure.
Don't you deserve as much? You're her mother. Where would she be without you?
With your mother.
Oh, God. Oh, that is scary.
Come on up, Amy. You're next.
Excuse me, ma'am. Can I talk to you for a second?
Please step back. I'm uncomfortable.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just want to tell you this is a bad neighborhood. I hate to see you walk around alone. Can I give you a ride somewhere?
No, thank you.
Really, I don't think it's safe for you. I'd hate to see anything happen to you.
Well, why do you care?
Well, I've got a sister your age. Come on, why don't you let me help? I feel responsible.
Well, you're not, so go away.
Please, I just want to help. Really, I want to help you.
No, you don't. Stop saying you want to help me. You don't.
Just God!
Enough. Good. Good. What?
Hey, you want to see me?
Yeah, have a seat, Gray. Imagine my surprise when I go to read your article on the bond issue and I find a story about a gun dealer out of Danbury.
Yeah, I just wanted you to take a look at that. I'll have the convention center thing in an hour.
That's not the point. Why are you always fighting me? Why can't you write what I tell you to write? Is it because you think you're some hotshot novelist who wants to foist his POV on the masses? Well, nobody cares, Gray. One more time and you're gone. Oh, and a word to the wise, F. Scott. Remember what we really do here.
Not the ad speech.
That's right. We sell ads. We put a bunch of ads together, and then we try to get people to buy those ads by putting a little news and sports between them.
That's not what I do.
I'm done arguing with you.
Yeah, I'm not.
Hey, I'm your boss, and that makes me right. Even when I'm wrong, I'm right.
That's brilliant leadership strategy. We'll have the bond issue thing by 3.
Ray!
Oh, Maxine!
Oh, hello. I don't mean to bother you.
No bother. Trying to keep the perennials alive. Henry planted them 20 years ago. It's like having part of him here.
You returned the wrong pan.
I did. And whose is that?
Well, I have no idea.
Maybe this is Dolores Nari's. No, Sonia Toscano, maybe.
Well, I have to go.
Why wouldn't you see me the other night?
Why did you insult my son?
Were you eavesdropping?
Yes, I was.
The thing about you, Maxine, is you do not like to face the truth about yourself or anyone you love. You've always been that way.
Excuse me, but your idea of the truth is the world according to Vivian.
in which the glass is not only half empty, it's dirty and has mold on the bottom.
For example, the way Amy used to chummy up to Maggie. After school when she needed something and then ignore her when there were other people around.
Maggie stole jewelry from Amy's bedroom. My mother's cameo ring.
I don't want to do this.
You started it.
No, you started it when you came over here.
I was trying to be charitable.
You don't know how. The Greys all think they piss liquid gold.
What?
Well, it's the truth. Edward looked down on Henry because he didn't make as much money. And then expected him to pick up the lion's share of that boat.
Don't start about the boat again.
Just go away, Maxine. There was a reason we didn't speak for 15 years.
Well, here's to another 15.
I know you don't give a damn about Henry, so stop pretending.
My husband died 10 years ago. Where the hell were you, Vivian? You didn't even bother to pretend.
Hey, Vincent. Pretty sexy piece on that bond issue. Ladies love a guy who knows his municipal finance.
They say, Lyle, sell the sizzle.
And nothing sizzles like 6% interest and 5-year maturation. Hey, Chief. Vincent made that bond issue so sexy. What's a probe an industrial sewage spill in there?
Take another pill, Cooper. The coroner scooped you on the bond issue. Turns out the numbers were padded. There's going to be an investigation.
How did I miss this?
I'll tell you how. You wasted half the day on the gun story, so you just threw the other one together. You didn't think anything was there, so you didn't look into it. That's sloppy journalism, Gray. I don't like it, and I don't like you. I want you gone by the end of the week.
That's insane. Everybody gets scooped now and then. He'll back down, don't worry.
Bellamy?
Diane, contact security.
I understand why I'm not your favorite person, but I come in peace.
Never mind. I have friends at the licensing board.
I never meant to go through with the complaint.
Is this just a game to you, ruining someone's professional reputation?
No, far from it. It's there's nothing fun or whimsical about children suffering. I'm sure you agree. Sasha Colvin was abused by a teacher at her preschool. If your office had reported your suspicions, we could have done something a long time ago. Now we're fighting an uphill battle, and I don't want to be at war with you. I have enough opponents right now.
Then what do you want?
Your help. Yet I understand why you would be reluctant to give it. And believe it or not, I also understand why you were reluctant to report your suspicions about Sasha. I don't think it was about cynicism or wanting to cover for anyone. I think that when it comes to sexual abuse involving children, nobody wants it to be true. So we try and give it another name. Unfortunately, it doesn't go away unless we call it what it is.
How many children are we talking about?
3 that we know of. And the possibilities are fairly staggering.
3 is too many.
Sasha can't testify because she's too young. We need medical verification. But I can't ask you to be part of this case unless you're willing to support your own findings. It will be a long and harrowing ordeal, and believe me, you don't want to go down that road unless you're sure.
I need to clear some time so we can talk.
I think that's a fine idea.
Peter, Stan tells me you're a die-hard Giants fan.
Yeah, Peter just booked client seats for the Giants game next month.
Oh, super. Now, down to business.
Excuse me, guys, before we get started, I have to say something. It's a little awkward. The other day, some things were said that bothered me. I didn't object at the time, but, I need to set the record straight.
What?
The racial remarks. My wife and I adopted a biracial baby boy, so when you say things like that, it feels like an attack.
I don't remember any racial remarks.
I don't think anyone in our company supports racist humor, Peter. I'm sorry if you were offended.
We certainly didn't mean anything by it.
I mean, my racquetball partner's black.
Well, I just wanted to get that off my chest.
Sure. Glad you did. What's good here, Dale?
You know me, steak extra rare. Just knock the wind out of it, hand me a fork.
Excuse me, I need to wash my hands.
Excuse me? Len, can I talk to you?
You said all I have to say.
I know that. I haven't. Listen, you were right about the story. I made a big mistake. You're probably right to fire me.
Probably nothing.
I just felt like I wanted to do something important. No, that's not it. Listen, ever since the accident, I've had this bizarre sense of fearlessness. It's cropping up in the strangest places. But, I was starting to mistake it for courage, but it's not. It's just fearlessness. It's not always appropriate. Anyway, I wanted to apologize to you.
Know anything about Buddhism, Gray?
A little bit.
Well, they have the saying. Before enlightenment, you chop wood and carry water. After enlightenment, you chop wood and carry water. Small things matter.
Yeah, I get that now.
You ready to chop wood and carry water?
Yeah.
Then I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing this on short notice, Maxine. I completely forgot about the neighborhood watch meeting.
Are you kidding? I love spending time with Ned.
Now he's eaten, but he needs a bath. Is that too much trouble?
Not at all. Oh, God.
The cake pan saga continues. Hello, Vivian.
I think I found your pan.
Well, you needn't have trouble. That pan is so old. You know my daughter-in-law, Jillian.
And this is my grandson, Ned.
My heavens, Maxine. He's so beautiful.
Oh, well, we think so.
Oh, look at those big eyes. Well, you just want to look at everything, don't you, Ned? You're a very busy boy. May I hold him?
Oh, yeah, he may cry. He's going through a phase.
Oh, you are just the most beautiful little person. I have grandsons, but they're too big to hold. I miss that. It's like holding a baby will cure anything. At least I feel that way. Oh, look at those little fingers. Aren't you something? You're so lucky, Maxine.
Oh, I know.
It's nice meeting you.
Yes, you too. Thank you, Maxine. I'll be back in an hour.
Vivian? Do you want to come in for a while?
I don't want to intrude.
I'm babysitting duty. I could use the company.
You don't have to be polite, Maxine. And I don't want to be pitied.
It's not pity, and you should know by now that I'm anything but polite.
Well, if you're sure.
I am.
You never could do anything about your hydrangeas, Maxine.
No, never could.
court has reviewed your motion for a change of venue, and it is hereby denied.
Your Honor.
I have no jurisdiction to provide you such relief. And furthermore, the motion was clearly frivolous. While providing some comic relief, was filed solely for the purposes of delaying these proceedings. You're fortunate I'm not imposing attorney fees. I therefore order all parties to appear at a hearing Monday morning at 10 o'clock to determine what sanctions should be imposed. And in addition, if you have any more motions, they should be on my desk by the end of the day. We go to trial on Tuesday.
Your Honor, that is an unrealistic deadline. I cannot be prepared by Tuesday.
I'm sorry to hear that, Mr. Connolly.
Well, Your Honor, you cannot ask me to appear before I am prepared. That's grounds for appeal.
Sit down, Mr. Connolly.
My client deserves the best defense I can give him.
Sit down now. Tuesday morning, 10 o'clock. Dismissed.
I think Connolly finally got the message. But you know he's going to appeal if the case doesn't go his way.
Let him.
No, I'm just saying watch out for that. Make sure you play by the book during the trial. He'll jump on any mistake.
And what did you think I was going to do? Make it up as I went along?
Judge Gray, I'm just trying to help.
No, you're not. This sounds like support, but it's not.
Hey, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just letting you know how it's going to be.
Well, that's not your job. And frankly, I don't know why you assume that anticipating everything that could possibly go wrong is helpful.
Okay. We've had a long day. Let's just table this discussion.
Here's what I think. I think you're still angry that I yanked you back into my courtroom. I apologized. I gave you the opportunity to leave. So if you're going to stay, you have to bury the hatchet. That's all.
Good night.
Coming up next on TNT's Prime Time in the Daytime, Amy presides when two rival students are on trial. All the drama of judging Amy, coming up next on TNT.